Benjamin Netanyahu has warned Australians to prepare for violence and disruption on our streets in the wake of Labor's decision to recognise Palestine. In an exclusive interview with Sky News host Sharri Markson, the Israeli Prime Minister escalated the historic breakdown in bilateral relations by accusing Anthony Albanese of appeasing and rewarding terrorism.
It's a damning assessment of Anthony Albanese that confirms Australia and Israel's relationship is at its lowest ever ebb.
To offer them a state, when they had a state, a de facto state in Gaza, and they use it for murder, pillage, and monstrous crimes, is to reward terrorism. And I think that's a sign of weakness that, as I say, will tarnish the Prime Minister's record, and I said so openly.
Israel's Prime Minister fronting up and firing up in an exclusive Sky News interview with Sharri Markson. Benjamin Netanyahu not only angry at Australia's decision to recognise Palestine, but warning the move will trigger further tensions on our city streets.
These people, when they demonstrate in Sydney or in Melbourne or in New York or Washington or in the capitals of Europe, they should be counteracted. They should be opposed, and they should be defied by the leaders. When Prime Minister Albanese and the leaders of France and Britain and others, when they say, oh, we'll give them a Palestinian state, they're actually rewarding terror. What will happen is you will encourage more and more and more of this radicalism in your own country, in your own choice. And you will see this violence and this radicalism in your city.
Australia is aligning with the United Kingdom, France and Canada to recognise Palestine at next month's United Nations meeting, breaking from the Trump administration, which remains steadfast in its support of Israel.
Do you think he's dismayed or even horrified by the Australian government's hostility towards Israel, its voting record in recent years at the United Nations?
Well, it's certainly dismayed us, and I think he sort of said, you know, what these countries say is irrelevant. And in the practical sense, he's right, because we're not going to commit suicide and put another Palestinian state right next to our doorstep.
Benjamin Netanyahu defiantly defending his Gaza offensive, rejecting accusations from Australian aid and government officials that Israel was to blame for hunger there.
Israel is starving Palestinian children. What lies? The lengths that we go to protect the civilian population has been unheard of, yet Israel is being vilified, just as in the Middle Ages. And those leaders and those media outlets who know better, should know better, should be ashamed of themselves for propagating this.
Israel is reviewing a new Gaza ceasefire deal after Hamas accepted a proposal from mediator Qatar. But deal or no deal, Benjamin Netanyahu was clear. His controversial call to totally occupy Gaza would continue.
Do you still plan to take over Gaza and eliminate the terrorists if they do agree to a deal?
Well, we're going to do that anyway. That was never a question, that we're not going to leave Hamas there. I think President Trump put it best. He says Hamas has to disappear from Gaza. This war could end today. It can end it if Hamas lays down its arms and releases the remaining 50 hostages.
Ruben Spargo, Sky News.